too late to start protecting your company's data from cyber attacks. Your customers put their trust in you to keep their information safe from online threats. Don't let them down. Partner with Hamilton Business Technologies to get real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and experts who monitor it all for you. We care about the success of your business and the communities you serve. Hamilton Business Technologies. Real people, real technology solutions. Connect with us at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
We interrupt this commercial break for an important story.
There once was a man from Nebraska who went searching for food in Alaska. When his stomach was rumbling while laying in bed, he could think of only one option, Führer's cheese spread. So he left it once and drove day and night to return back home for cheese spread delight. Now his stomach is full and the voice in his head tells him no more vacations without Führer's cheese spread. Find yours today at most local grocers.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them?
By their clothes,
their age,
the way they speak.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America, 200 Food Bank Strong, and the Ad Council.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it twice a day.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it in the morning and before dinner.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it, and share it with my doctor. Nearly 1 in 2 U.S. adults have high blood pressure. That's why it's important to self-monitor your blood pressure in 4 easy-to-remember steps. It starts with a monitor.
Now that I know my blood pressure numbers, I talked with my doctor. We're getting those numbers down.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. Talk to doctor now and share it.
Be next to talk to your doctor about your blood pressure numbers. Get down with your blood pressure. Self-monitoring is power. Learn more at manageyourbp.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the American Heart Association, and the American Medical Association, in partnership with the Office of Minority Health and Health Resources and Services Administration.
In Nebraska, we show up when friends need help. We check in on our neighbors. That's why it's important to know the warning signs of suicide. If you have a friend or neighbor who's withdrawn, stressed, agitated, or talks about suicide, find out how you can help. Call, text, or chat 988 for 24/7 support. You have the power to save a life. Paid for by the University of Nebraska Public Policy Center. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hey racing fans, this is Brie Marie inviting you to join me and James Rowland for the Finish Line every Sunday night from 7 to 8 p.m. Catch up with the local dirt track drivers, national racers, and everyone you need to know about in the world of racing. Don't spin your wheels, hit the gas, and join us Sundays at 7 p.m. for the Finish Line on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza, the big one, all the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Mario fue pintor más de 30 años. Cuando me dijo que se le estaban olvidando las cosas, fue difícil. Un día me dijeron que pintara el marco del lado por dentro y pinté el lado de afuera.
Yo le diría a la gente que le diga a su familia lo que está pasando con él.
Si algo se nota diferente, podría ser Alzheimer. Es momento de hablarlo. Visita alz.org/nuestras historias para saber más. Un mensaje de The Alzheimer's Association y The Ad Council.
Okay, kids, Dad's gonna teach you how to dance. First, spread your feet apart. Then, pump your knee, nod your head, shake your hips, and bite your lip ever so slightly. Now, with one hand in the air, point at people with the other hand. I call that the rock star.
Dance like a dad. It's a great way to make a moment with your kids.
Now, make a face like it just smells something bad.
Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
This is Bigger Than the Score with Peter Ferguson on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome to 93.7 The Ticket, Bigger Than the Score. This is Peter Ferguson BHS LLC, and as joined as always on a Sunday morning on the ones and twos, the DJ of the studio, Harrison. How you doing this morning?
Doing absolutely fantastic. We're just talking off air here. It's first show 2025 in August 3rd. NFL preseason started. We had the Hall of Fame game, Chargers, Lions. I mean, it's all right here down the stretch. And then for all the volleyball fans as well, all fall sports fans, like it's a great time if you're especially into the college scene and high school scene of sports.
Well, you got to. I mean, things kicking off, the back to school sales. You know, you're starting to see some of that. Signage, not even starting to see some of the signage. The signage is up in the stores. And so, you know, getting the notebooks, I'm kind of a little dated. So, you know, I always have to ask, like, what is the favorite back to school item that you most looked forward to during this time of year when you were in your youth?
Oh, man, that's a really good question. I think back in the day for me, it was, it's going to sound lame. I mean, just picking out the notebook color arrangement that year. I'm trying to think for big stuff growing up. I mean, you got the Texas calculators. That was a big deal.
Oh, Texas Instrument calculators.
Yeah, when you start getting to those, when like that's kind of, but the big items, I mean, when I was really little, I was looking for the coolest ruler, but I think that's about it.
Okay. We got JT. We're going to introduce him here in a little bit, but he's thinking, I mean, remember those colored rulers? Like you had the multiple colors, like I don't say fuchsia, but like the pink and the purple see-through and the yellow.
Was there like a lava lamp? That's the one
there's the lava lamp.
Sick in kindergarten. That's the only thing I remember about it.
Harrison's doing the upgrades on that.
It was cool. It was like I was the cool kid in the class in kindergarten just for that ruler.
Now, I know you're a little bit younger, okay? But do you know what a trapper keeper is?
No. Trapper keeper?
Yeah, a trap?
Oh,
you're killing me. Okay, I'm going to keep going back. I'm going to see the yellow notebook folder. I can't remember what it had, but it had like the generic sports images on it. So it had like a football, basketball, maybe volleyball or soccer player, and it was kind of an off yellow folder.
I'm drawing a blank on that one too.
Did you have paper with lines?
Yeah, I had paper with lines.
Okay, we're gonna move on because I'm obviously dating myself. If you're listening, please, your favorite, the most anticipated back to school item, and if you know what a trapper keeper is, please verify it on air that those things actually did exist, because that was one of the things we were excited about.
You guys can always chime in 402-464-5685 or go ahead and hit Pete on his pager.
Yeah. Wow. He's just throwing darts. Well, with that being said, we got that 13th annual, back to school events going on throughout the community. Today from 10 to 3, Visionary Youth, Clyde Malone Community Center, over by the College of Health Design over here on 304 South 11th Street. They have their 13th annual back to school fair. And so wanted to just shout that out. If you need supplies, haircuts, resources, they do some tremendous work. I know Dr. Chatters has had KB on in a variety of different ways, but they do that in partnership. Again, there's haircuts, backpacks, school supplies, shoes, healthcare, food, entertainment, so much more. So go ahead and hit them up. Again, from 10 to 3, it's in full swing right now. We can kind of look down the street and see the tents out there. You talked about football kicking off. They had the Hall of Fame game and the Chargers. And I want to say, I never can get, so I just say Chargers so I get the right zip code and area code right. And Nick Saner's Detroit Lions, the Chargers took them to the woodshed. It is a preseason opportunity with that, but it was kind of cool just to see the speeches. I really like listening to just the speeches, who gives, just accolades and flowers to who, and it's really cool, especially the fact that when they're alive, it's not the ones that are done posthumously. And Antonio Gates was one. It was a story. If you haven't seen that, it was kind of, I thought that was cool, just from a guy who played basketball, who was basically kind of at a high level college basketball athlete, and then transitioned into football, and how he gave reverence to Phillips Rivers. And then the story that I just, not the storyline probably everybody thinks, but just the Sharp brothers. And I remember Sterling's speech when he said, like, I'm the second best athlete in my house to be recognized, and how I think that really opened up people's eyes and deference to his brother actually getting in when his brother was fully deserving. But, my Cowboys drop in reference, as I tried to say earlier in the show, but after his brother had a serious neck injury, Jerry Jones and the Cowboys had called him and said, we'd like you to play. Can you play? And he says, I can play, but he said, I'm not going to tempt God's plan for me. And it's those stories that come out, during this time when they speak about what their journey was and who they are, that really kind of spoke to me, and just how he brought his brother up on stage, and the first brother duo to be in the Hall of Fame. Something really cool, because I don't think they could have ever imagined that as they were kids, growing up together.
Yeah, there's a lot of those great stories, and I don't know if I could pick one thing that I noticed with every single year, and this goes for not just the NFL, but like a lot of these great people, even in like the business world. I know DP says it all the time. It's like a lot of those great people come from great families, or groups of great mentors. And that was the theme you saw through all of it. Like a lot of those Hall of Fame speeches, they were talking about their family, their brothers, their coaches, like people that they had the talent themselves, but it took a lot of mentors to fully bring that out of them.
Yeah.
And again, I think we say it all the time, you can never have too many mentors. And that's the biggest thing you saw with that Hall of Fame, is like how important who you surround yourself with in that inner circle is going to have a really big long-term effect. So if you're not hanging around with the right people, or not trusting the right people, if you got great family, great, utilize that great family. You got great friends, utilize it. And sometimes we got to realize, like, these people don't have my best interest. If I want to get to the best version of myself, maybe I got to hang out with other people. And that's always, to me, that really sticks out, is who you surround yourself with is incredibly important.
No, and I think that's, a theme that we've kind of tried to carry over, I think, to the show as you continue to talk. I like to say that each Sunday, this is kind of a Hall of Fame opportunity for especially our young people in the community. And I'm very appreciative of you and Rebecca and DP for providing this platform, because I fully expect from, the people that I've seen in this space to one day be on those stages. And, again, I was watching another clip, and I think it was Jameis Winston, a must follow. And he said he was talking to Michael Vick, and he said, what was one of the biggest regrets you had? And he said, I snuck on the Super Bowl field last year. And he goes, they didn't even know who I was. And here I am playing for New Orleans. And he said, it talked about dreaming. And he says, most of us dream just to get on this space and get on this, get into the NFL or get to play pro. And then that's it. Like, that was our dream. And he said, Michael Vick, could you have ever imagined about dreaming to transform the game of football for all quarterbacks, but black quarterbacks, but for all quarterbacks? And he said, dream beyond. And so as young people come into the space, the cool part about it, they're like, they say thank you. And this week it was, Mr. White, I got to do professional development for our LPS transportation and for substitutes. A couple people came up and they were just like, hey, thank you for that, but I hear you on the radio. And it's really cool to have these young people here. And so, my hope is that, 93.7 The Ticket is a phenomenal opportunity on being on Bigger Than the Score, but they dream bigger than this. And so we're talking about them in the same way we're talking about these other individuals. And so with that, from a transition, we had Alana last week, Hassan, Yasmin, with the Lincoln International Football Club. We've got a couple other phenomenal scholars, but also an individual, when we talk about relationships and allowing individuals to dream, a community pillar and a stakeholder, JT, which most people will know him in the community. That's when you're big. You're either a T.I., you're Madonna, like you go by one name. So JT, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing well.
Fantastic. Glad to have you. JT, tell us a little bit about who you are. And then we've got two scholars here that I want you to do an introduction. You know what? Actually, we're going to do this. I'm going to flip it a little bit.
Good.
Okay? Ted, I got you. Introduce JT. Introduce who JT is to the community.
JT, he is a person who works at F Street Recreational Center. He has how many teams you have?
Ooh. It depends on how many sign up. That can differ.
But when I was younger, he put us in a lot of sports. Me and my cousin, Kiki, put us in almost every sport. Like almost every sport. He started an after school program for us. He started a lot of, I don't know.
Give me one thing people might not know by just looking at him.
He played basketball back in the day.
Oh wow. You would have had and told him to play basketball back in the day. JT, glad to have you in this space. Tell us a little bit about your journey, who you are, and then I'm going to have you introduce these two scholars that we have in space.
You bet, Pete. First of all, I would like to thank you, Pete and Harrison, for this opportunity. Mentorship is huge. Mentorship is something that I received when I was younger, and it always stuck with me, even as I finished high school, went on to college, and that whole thought of being able to give to someone that might not have the opportunity unless someone like the gentleman that I was able to be mentored by was able to provide. So with that sticking with me, it's part of the reason I am doing what I do right now. Trying to be a difference maker, it comes with its challenges. You can't control every situation. You can't control households, and what goes on and things like that. However, to be a pillar in the community is huge. I've mentored many young people that are now adults that are, running their own programs that are difference makers today. So my hopes was that I was able to impact them to want to do something similar. I
want you to tell me, as you've done that, and we got a young man here.
Yes.
When you talked about you hope you've made the impact, you have made the impact. Harrison, this is an individual, when you make a phone call, he always picks up. And that doesn't always happen with individuals. And I've always been appreciative of that, or said, I've got an opportunity for a kid. He just said his first thing is not, hey, let me see if this is something that works. It's more, how many can I bring? And that's regardless of time frame or even before asking about a date or whatever. And I'm really appreciative of that opportunity. And so with that, you got two scholars that you have definitely made an impact with. Introduce Jace. This young man, who is he? What does he mean to you? What have you learned from him? I mean, that's a lot, but he's got that $1 million smile.
Oh yeah. He's quite the charmer. Jace Newton, young man. He is with my youth program. He does things in my summer program, and also he's also an athlete. Scholar, just moved in from Omaha. He was initially here, lived in Omaha for a short time, and he's back in Lincoln. So he is, he's a very nice young man, and I'm really grateful to have him with my youth program.
Fantastic. And then you got this other young man who introduced you, said you look like if something we wouldn't know by just looking at you. You said you used to play basketball. Go ahead, fire shots across the bow. Now, who is this young man over here that we've got with some young legs?
Okay, all right. We have Terrence Pittman. Terrence is also my nephew. I was able to coach and mentor him, as he mentioned earlier, and just in sports, many different sports, primarily basketball. However, we realize that athletics are important. It helps with structure. It helps with accountability, integrity. It teaches a lot of great life skills. But we realize that it's beyond just the athletics.
Awesome. What's something about him that we wouldn't know just by looking at him?
Well, Terrence has accomplished a lot. Just getting back from Southeast Prep in Florida, Orlando, Florida. He his high school year, Parkview Christian, he led the state of Nebraska in scoring. He was 2-time MVP at 2 different All-Star games. One in Omaha with Class A group of young men, and then also with his class graduating high school. He is now accepted full ride scholarship to Western Iowa Tech.
Okay. We're gonna have to get into that a little bit. Harris and I are gonna have to see. I mean, we missed the rail yard rims thing down in the Haymarket, but we might have to catch you next year with those hops. So, Jace, I'm gonna say the man with $1 million smile. You're being subtle right there. You got that keen look. Tell us a little bit about Jace. He's at Omaha back here. Like, tell us a little bit about you. What are you involved in? What do you do?
I play basketball. I'm athletic. I like to spend time with my family. I like to eat, and I like to help people in the community as best as I can. And that's about it.
Okay, I love that. So, yeah, like to play in basketball. Tell us about something that brings you joy. What's something that brings that smile out outside of being on 93.7 The Ticket?
My family, friends, and yeah.
Okay, you got people listening to you today, so we'll give you that opportunity. Give a shout out to somebody. You talked about family or friends. Give a shout out to somebody out there.
My sister Jada.
Okay. So Terrence, tell me a little bit about just your family. So have you lived in Lincoln, traveled? Like what does your journey look like?
So I was born, well, my family, they originated from Mississippi.
Okay.
And they moved, I don't know when they moved to Omaha, but I was born in Omaha. I moved down here to Lincoln when I was 2, and I lived here for my whole life. After that, I was raised here.
Okay. Yeah. Who makes up your family?
My mom.
Okay, you got to talk.
Sure.
You got to. Hey, I know we got rules in our houses now. Okay, I always tell Harrison this is that cultural lesson. And I know sometimes we call mom or mama, day or whatever else. You got it. But what's her name? Give her name out there and show her some love. And what makes her so special?
O.C. Morris.
Okay.
She's like the glue of our family. When we go through hard times, she's always there. She's always going to pick up the phone just like JT would. She's just always there, and I love her for that.
Love that. No, she's listening. Proud of her baby boy. Who else is in the family?
I got 3 other siblings.
Okay.
My oldest brother, Malik, my sister, Shania, and my other brother, Henry.
Okay. And we always ask the question, what about pets?
I got a dog.
Okay.
Bo.
What was the name?
Bo.
Now, you don't know what a trapper. Do you know what a trapper keeper is?
Oh my goodness. I'm too young.
Okay, so Bo, is it named after anybody? Because in my head, I'm thinking JT knows what I'm thinking right now. Bo Jackson?
Nah.
Who knows?
Oh my goodness! Oh, Jace. What about you? Any pets?
No.
Okay. Any desire to have a pet?
Yes.
Okay. What kind?
I want a dog.
Okay. What would you name the dog?
Princess.
Okay. I like that. So, you told us about your journey, who makes up your crew, where are you from? How do you, when you come into space, and I was going to originally ask JT but when you come into space, how do you show up? Like, how do people know? And I'm going to start with you, Terrence, and then Jace, I want to come to you. When you come into space, not just on the court, but when you come into a room, how do you show up? How does your presence felt?
I'm more of like a quiet person, so I don't really want my presence felt.
Okay.
I just come in. I hope everybody get along with me. If they don't, then they don't. If they do, they do. But everything, I treat everybody the same.
Okay. That.
I like to keep the peace between everybody.
Appreciate that. Need more individuals like that. Jace, what about you? How do you show up when you come into space?
Same as Terrence.
Okay. You put a little bit more of that smile on you, though?
Yeah.
Put that smile. JT, I asked them both the question of how they show up. Give us a little insight. Like when they come into space, whether it be work or whether it be like answering a phone call, describe how do they show up? What makes them unique to you?
I'd say Terrence, what makes him unique is Terrence is very compassionate. He's an empathetic young man. So he's one that if he sees someone in need, he'll do what he can to try to be helpful. If he sees someone struggling with a door or someone, seem like they're hurt or something like that, anything along those lines, Terrence is a very compassionate young man. So he's very pleasant to be around. Jace is also, he shared similar, attributes as well. Jace is very polite. He's one that you'll always hear say thank you. Out of many, many, many kids, Jace is one that you would hear say thank you almost every time when something happens. You do something for him.
I think sometimes that's a lost art.
It really is.
I think people can send a card, people can send them just a note or whatever, but like that verbal show of appreciation, I always start off saying, I thank you for what you've done in the past. I thank you for not just your presence, but being present. Right. And then Boyz II Men has a song on one of their albums. Y'all know who Boyz II Men is?
Nah, still too young.
Crying out loud, Harrison, we are going to have to change the whole format of the show. I'm surprised DP has not come out of his office just like, I can't Pete. We got to stop. Boyz II Men, one of the greatest groups of all time. Okay, but they have a song on their album called "Thank You in Advance," and it says, "I know it might sound strange, but I thank you in advance." And so, to not lose that art of a simple 2-word phrase is something that's masterful. And so I'm excited to know, Jace, that you continue to do that. With that being said, we're going to be back with JT, Jace, and Terrence on 93.7 The Ticket, Bigger Than the Score.
Rick Heyman here from Starter Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. Visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at StarterHeyman.com.
Starter Heyman Jewelers.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top-quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at WindowWorldLincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Since 1983, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs have been a trusted and reliable company in Lincoln and the surrounding areas. Fast Mike's handles all sides of construction projects, home renovations, or big cleanouts. With the perfect size dumpster to fit your needs, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs will haul it all. With same-day delivery in Lincoln, affordable rates, and top-notch service, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs make cleanup quick and easy. Call now at 402-450-6828 or visit us online at fastmikesrolloffs.com. Book your dumpster today. Fast Mike's Roll-Offs, cleanup made simple.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between, we'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool,
robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Several irrigation contractors in Lincoln go out of business every year, leaving sprinkler system orphans begging for service. The folks at Judson Irrigation shed a tear for these little fellas. They've been coddling these orphans for more than 40 years. From redesign, repairing, replacing, and restoring, remember the Judson Irrigation Orphanage.
Call the Judson Irrigation Orphanage 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your football buddy, your football buddy, or you, your best man, your worst man, you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. That's doihaveprediabetes.org.
Wait, did they just say 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes? That's 33.33333% of adults. That means it could be me, my boss, or my boss's boss, or me, my favorite sister, or my other sister. That's 7 members of my 21-person romantic book club. Wait, the 1 in 3 could be me, my karaoke partner Carol, or my karaoke enemy Jeff. I'm going to take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Back to Bigger Than the Score with Peter Ferguson on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket, Bigger Than the Score. This is Peter Ferguson and joined on the ones and twos with Harrison here on a little bit of an overcast Sunday, but heading into August, you get those ebbs and flows. You get the 100 degrees to the 70 degrees, so we'll take it, Harrison.
Yeah, I'm not complaining at all. I really shouldn't complain. I just thinking about this the other day, like football fall camp. I think day 1 it started when it was like 105 degrees out with humidity, and then day 2 it was like 107 high humidity. Yeah. So shout out to not just Husker football, but everybody getting into fall camp right now. What a great start for it here in the Midwest.
Well, you think about it, and is the, like I said, JT, because since we're going down memory lane, since we got 3 people in the studio that have aged out as some of those things, but I remember the 2-a-days, and you're walking out there and you're like, okay, it's like what 70% humidity in the morning, and then they're like, okay, we're coming back in the evening, and then it's just brutal. So
that hose water, I'll tell you what, that hose water.
You're like, man, it just tastes. Why is the school water taste different than the outdoor water? So you young ones don't even have to realize or deal with that. But with that being said, we're joined in studio with JT. He is always humble, but I want to say just a community pillar, has had a number of different roles, but I think the biggest role is he's been somebody that's been a relationship that absolutely matters to adults, young people, but providing opportunities for them to thrive. Two youth that he's connected with, Jace and Terrence. And Jace, JT's sitting here, and I always ask about relationships that matter. Just what's so special about JT to you?
He always encouraged me when I needed it. He takes good care of me. He makes sure I'm in a good environment. And yeah.
I like the fact, like I said, and as Jace is here and JT kind of looks at him, and I've always, I even think about last week when Hassan had his daughter just speak to, who he was and the journey that he has. JT, what does that mean to you when you hear that from a young person that I don't even say that you're working with, that you're engaged with, that shares that about you?
Well, it means a lot because not all the time as a mentor do you hear those things. And being able to be a difference maker and to hear it, firsthand, it really is. It's almost like this little voice inside said, hey, you're making a difference. You're doing a good thing.
Yeah, no, that's powerful. And then while we were on break, Terrence, I'm gonna give you that chance because I know you got on the phone with Mom during break, and you're like, Mom, he gave you some love and showed that, but definitely want to make sure that you hear it firsthand and not on the replay. And so, give a shout out. You talked about Moms a little bit earlier and why she was so special.
Well,
who is she? So she knows you're talking about her.
OC
okay.
Moore. Again, I hope you're listening this time. I hope you're listening.
Your baby boy is in town. You're like, well, I took the turn off the alert. Now, when did you get into town? I don't want her coming in here. You told her you're gonna be here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
She forgot though. She at work.
Okay.
So, but like I said, my mom, she the glue. Really, my whole family. Honestly, we always there for each other, no matter how hard. Even in hard times, we always there. If we don't have it, make sure somebody else can get it, and we just always there for one another.
Love that. And so your mom, you talked about just the journey that you've been on, and so athletic, academically, just as a person. Tell us a little bit more about that, because JT enlightened us a little bit of you were out of the area at a prep opportunity, but tell us about your elementary, middle, and then where you went to high school, and then what took you to that space, and then what's bringing you back.
Okay, so I started at Everett Elementary.
Okay.
I started playing basketball when I was actually 3 because my older brother, Henry.
Okay.
He plays pro overseas.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Yeah, he inspired me for sure. And then I went to Park Middle School. That's downtown area.
Okay.
And then freshman year, I went to Lincoln Southwest, and then I transferred to Parkview Christian.
Okay.
The reason why I made that switch was because I don't know. It just wasn't for me.
Yeah, just opportunities and the experience and got to do that. Okay.
It wasn't for me. But once I went to Parkview Christian, that's on North First Street.
Yeah.
Yep. North First. All my siblings went there. That's my brother Malik, he started, then my sister, and then my brother. But the reason why I went there was just to better myself, to get out of a certain environment that was not needed for me. And if I wanted to pursue my basketball career, I would have to leave that school.
Okay. Okay. And so what did it look like for you as you went? You said now you went to a prep.
Yes.
What was that like? I mean, you got a lot of individuals that kind of, for us, we don't have that necessarily here in Nebraska. And so just tell us what has been one or two of the experiences you've had, at that were like memorable to you, being like, man, this was kind of cool that, I got to experience this.
Meet new people. I had a couple people that I met from the Virgin Islands.
Wow.
I didn't even know about the Virgin Islands.
More importantly, did they know about Lincoln, Nebraska?
No.
Okay. Well, then we're working. We're working on things.
Nobody on the East or West Coast really know about Nebraska. I'm gonna just say that.
See,
Everybody when I was there was like, Nebraska.
See, you didn't know what a trapper keeper was. They don't know about Nebraska. We got to do some things in our schooling. But what we're going to call Terrence is a global ambassador. So continue. Tell us about some,
the experience. It was fun. It was fun for sure. Just to get out. It was one of my dreams that I accomplished because I wanted to do that since my freshman year. And now that I got the chance to do that, it's like my dreams are actually coming true. As long as I keep pushing, I can make anything.
Love that. Jace, what about you? What's on the horizon? You start school here in a couple weeks?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't get that smile like we got on every other question, Harrison. Where have you got to school? Where are you going to school? And what are you looking forward to the most?
I'm going to Park Middle School.
Okay.
And I'm looking forward to playing basketball for them.
Okay, fantastic. What's one of the classes, like, as you think about like things that you want to do as you go further in the future? You got athletics, but what are some things academically you're looking forward to?
I really like science.
Okay. What is something you want to do with science, or who turned you on to that?
Nobody really. I just like science.
Just like it? Okay.
Yeah.
I love that. So, I'm going to ask you just about advice. Okay. And so both of y'all you got JT here as a mentor, and you've spoken highly about just the impact that he's had on your life. Jace, I want to ask you, what's the best piece of advice that you've ever received?
Let people talk, and what they say won't affect you. Well, can, but just don't let it affect you.
So I liked how you opened that. You said, let people talk, but what they say, you don't necessarily have to let it affect you.
Yeah.
Is there like I don't want to say like a statement or anything, or a phrase that somebody has told you that's kind of stuck with you?
No.
Okay. Terrence, what about you? What's the best piece of advice that you've ever received?
Keep going, even though things are hard. Just gotta keep going. Just even with prep school, like there's times where I didn't want to go back.
Okay.
But my mom was like, "You got to do it for you."
But they would have said you're going to the Virgin Islands. Would you go?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. See,
Absolutely.
Something you didn't know about, but now you're like, hey, I'm your person. Okay. Terrence, I'm curious. What's a piece of advice? I'm going to ask you. I'm going to ask you and JT this. What's the worst piece of advice that you've ever received?
Honestly, off the top of my head, I really don't know.
Okay.
There's a lot of stuff that I've heard about myself, so I can't really think of anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
JT, what about you? Worst piece of advice that you've ever received?
I'm going to say, just growing up, work. We have, like Terrence said, our family originally is from Mississippi, so we're from a family of sharecroppers, farming family, cotton, alfalfa, soybean. That's our background. So growing up, all you hear is work, go to work, which, going to work is a good thing.
Right.
However, you have to make time for you, family, make time for friends, live life. Yes, do the best you can, strive to reach your goals. However, still make time for you and family and friends.
I think anytime that's great, but I think especially, growing up as young people, to know that you got to make time, for those things that are important, because we're always told to keep that drive going, keep that drive, grind, max out. And sometimes, you need to take a step back and put maximum effort into other things. So I appreciate that. Jace, we're keeping on the school theme. I'm going to get a smile out of you yet. What is a piece of advice that you would have for educators, for teachers, for people that work in education as they get ready to go back? A lot of them this week are spending time in professional development, getting geared up for school to get back going. So what's a piece of advice that you would have for them as they get ready to have Jace come into school in a couple weeks?
I listen to the teachers.
Oh, okay. You said listen. So telling them to listen to teachers. I like that. I like that. When you come into Park Middle School, what can they expect from you?
I'm a nice kid, you know. I got good grades. I made honor roll last year in Omaha. I respect everybody. I don't really get into altercations like that unless you like do something to make me mad. But yeah, I don't really get mad that easily. Yeah.
I like that. I like that. So you're gonna get some good stuff from Jace coming into the halls of being a Park Panther. Terrence, what about you? What is a piece of advice? You're still in education, but you're a little removed from kind of that K through 12 piece. Looking back, what's a piece of advice that you would like to give to educators as they get ready to start this school year, which will be beneficial for them being the best that they can be for students?
Listen to your students. Because a lot of teachers don't really listen to their students when they need the help.
I want you to say it again. Say it again. I want people to hear that.
A lot of teachers don't listen to the students when they need help.
Okay. So give us an example, and I don't say an example, but tell us how they can do that and be effective at it. Because I think sometimes we say that as like, listen, is like, I am listening, but like, what is something they can do that will enhance, and show a student that they're listening?
Take an initiative, more one-on-one work.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. So that initiative, that one-on-one work, I like that. What's a piece of advice that you would have for your peers, as they get ready to go through? And I'm going to specifically think about like your peers K through 12, that are going back to school. What's a piece of advice looking back that you would be like, man, either I was told this and I wish I would have like followed it more, or I was told this and I did follow it and it made things a lot easier and I wish everybody knew it.
Stay locked in. Sure.
What does that look like?
Just focused. Like, even when you don't want to be focused, stay focused. At least listen. At least look like you're listening or something.
we're gonna say, give us an example. We're streaming right now. What does that look like? Was that for me, it was the learn to keep the eyes wide open. Okay. I don't want to say you got that practice down, Jace. Don't be following that. Okay, it's on air. Hey, we're gonna be back with Jace, JT, and Terrence back on 93.7 The Ticket. Bigger than the score.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly, no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call
John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Looking for a fun way to give back? Join us for the 2025 Kicks for Kids Nebraska Fun Run Walk, presented by Pinnacle Bank, on Saturday, August 23rd at James Arthur Vineyard. Enjoy a scenic 5K through beautiful grounds. Every step helps provide shoes to kids in Lincoln and Lancaster County schools, with options for adults, wine included, and kids. Registration fees include a t-shirt, medal, and bag. Sign up today and make a difference at kicksforkidsnebraska.org.
Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
When opportunity knocks, you don't want to miss the call. Hamilton Business Technologies makes communication easy and efficient using customized technology, all while putting people first. Whether you're working from the office, at home, or on the go, Hamilton Business Technologies equips your business with the right tools for smooth, professional call handling. Hamilton Business Technologies. Real people, real technology solutions. Learn more at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines, unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge. with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Madsen's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
Back to Bigger Than the Score with Peter Ferguson on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to the third segment of Bigger Than the Score on 93.7 The Ticket. I'm Peter Ferguson, and joined on the ones and twos, always appreciative of Harrison holding down things on a Sunday morning. And we have had a phenomenal engagement. Sometimes I want to say some of the other moments in the shows are during the breaks when we have the conversation. I had to turn that frown upside down after Harrison brought up the whole Micah Parsons thing, but that'll be discussed all week, I'm sure, here. But be sure to tune in to 93.7 The Ticket all day today, but also the rest of the week for phenomenal programming as things get geared up and kicked off, especially with Huskers, high school, and area college athletics as well. So JT, we've got Jace. We also have Terrence in studio. They had their fan club out in front earlier taking pictures if you were watching the stream. Really what the show is all about, something bigger than the score. So a couple, we always ask, and DP has one of the foundations that love is. And so I'm curious, Terrence, I'm going to start with you. Finish that statement. Love is what to you?
Everything, for sure. be honest, love, yeah, it's everything. Just when it comes from your family, it's different than everybody else. Even I don't know. I don't know. You can't really describe love.
You talked about your family quite a bit, your mom, but what does that look like in your family? You know, how have they taught you to show it?
Honestly, um, in my character mainly, like just I don't just show love to everybody though. Obviously, nobody really does that. But when it comes from my family, I know it's meaningful. I know it's everything. It means everything in the world to me when it comes from them, and they do everything, even if it's tough love. It's just meaningful.
Powerful. Even when I love that you said tough love, even tough love is meaningful. Jace, what about you? Finish the statement. Love is.
It's everything to me too. I'm not really deeply involved with my family, you know. So I don't know where most of my family are. But like same as Terrence said, like if it comes from family, it's like really different, and yeah, that's just like it's really different.
I've talked about a lot about your smile, and I don't take that for granted because a lot of people don't when you come into a space that you captivate people with that. How do you show love to other people?
I helped them out, you know. You can ask my sister, like I'm mean to her, not like like I'll just yell at her sometimes. And yeah, like I show love by just like goofing around with you and like yeah. That's it.
JT, you talked a little bit earlier just about how you serve as a mentor. People have been mentors to you. Finish the statement. Love is. What is that? What is love to you?
Love is the opportunity to make a difference, give, serve. That's love. That's the way I see it. And it doesn't have to be only family members. Of course, like the boys were saying, it's a different kind of love, but love is something that everyone should feel some form of it when they approach you, when you approach them. Excuse me. Just having the compassion to help, be a difference maker.
Good stuff. Hey, Terrence, Jace, JT, I appreciate you for being on today on 93.7 The Ticket, Bigger Than the Score.
Since 1983, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs have been a trusted and reliable company in Lincoln and the surrounding areas. Fast Mike's handles all sides of construction projects, home renovations, or big cleanouts. With the perfect size dumpster to fit your needs, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs will haul it all. With same-day delivery in Lincoln, affordable rates, and top-notch service, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs make cleanup quick and easy. Call now at 402-450-6828 or visit us